starting this forum from nowhere.
Academic researchers have proved that children who've been born and raised in violent environments, both at home and at school, always get the worst results in the mathematics subject. This research was conducted from over 3,000 schools across the country from October 2016 to March 2017. Mary Goretti Nakawigo, the Twaweza leader and manager, confirmed from the research that 48% of children raised up in peaceful environments, both at home and school, were more competent than 42% raised in violent environment.
Preliminary findings from our survey actually indicate that children who experienced or who lived in homes or studied in schools where certain forms of violence were done on them, their learning outcomes seemed to be a little lower, especially for mathematics. So if you look at, for example, kids between primary 3 and primary 7 being competent on tasks of primary 2 levels, say for example dividing simple tasks, simple sums, you have at least 50%, close to 50% of kids who never experienced any form of violence being competent on these tasks, as compared to 42% of those who lived in homes or in schools where they experienced certain forms of violence.
From the research, it was equally found that parents at home were using more positive means to shape children than in schools.
At 75% at school level talked about disciplining children by way of talking to them and counseling them, whereas 79% at household level talked about also talking and disciplining to them rather than punishing them.
Professor Nelson Sowankambo, the president of the Uganda National Academy of Science at Makerere University, describes violence against children as a big monster that has largely been driven by parents burying their lives into modern technology.
The parents come home, they're busy working on their laptops, and she comes, wants help. And I said, don't you see I'm busy working on my computer? My emails and so on, they need attention. And she's left to the television to take care of her. For those of you, has anybody watched it? For those who have seen it, it's amazing. It hits you right in the face. Technology, technology. Give me back my parents. So, families, that is very important.
He adds that many parents have dedicated house helps as the sole caretakers of the children, exposing them to all forms of violence. The research also discovered that many cultural leaders are using their positions to torture children emotionally, physically, and socially. In Oyam district, for example, children who were born in the war have grown up in violence and are being forced into violent marriages.
Some of the children were born during the war and have also given birth to other children. So they were born during violence and they are still living in violence and they are parenting their children when they are violent. So basically they cannot even differentiate between what is violent and what is not violent. One of the reasons that is also causing violence among children in Oyam district is the culture. Most of our culture are not favorable. For example, in Lango, it's believed that a girl should get married very early. So there's issues of child marriage is very common because it's what our culture pushes for. So when you get married, for example, at an old age, they would believe you are not worthy marriage. They would give you maybe the bride price will not be worthy. So you will find that most cultural leaders they push the girls to get married when they are young, and that is one of the major reasons for violence against children.
In a study conducted in 51,000 households, equally found that only 24% of children had never experienced any form of violence. This was among teenagers in two categories of 13 to 17 years and 18 to 24 years. Physical violence was singled out as that which many children are undergoing. This includes punching, kicking, whipping, among others, strangling, suffocating, being burnt, threatened with guns or any kinds of sharp and dangerous weapons.